Yo, what up? How's it going? How's everybody doing today? Good morning. It's morning time for me right now. If it's morning time for you right now, I hope you have a good day. I hope it starts off well. I hope you get to have a good cup of coffee or whatever you start your day with. I'm having a good cup of coffee right now, just kind of chilling out. I've had a pretty solid morning so far. I woke up, got to do a little bit of reading, got to do a little bit of stretching, did a little bit of editing on this podcast. I just had breakfast, and now I thought, damn, I should record a little episode. And so here I am. So welcome to the Risen Fallen podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and what you can expect to hear if you haven't been there before is, some open and honest conversations, some authentic conversations, sometimes with interviews and sometimes just by myself. Today, I'm just by myself. And those authentic and open conversations that I'm talking about typically revolve around, mental health, self-development, making your life a little bit better, making yourself a little bit happier, making yourself a little bit healthier, whether that's mental health or physical health or just any type of wellness. And so typically, a lot of my friends and a lot of the people that I surround myself with also are interested in these types of topics. And that's why they're my friends, because I'm interested in talking to people that are interested in these types of topics and partaking in the activities that I partake in, because a lot of it has to do with my self-development and wellness, or just talking about these things as well. Like the amount of people that I've met through this podcast is honestly mind-blowing. Whether they live around the Vancouver area or they just connected through social media. And, a lot of the people that I've connected with through this podcast, through kind of having this podcast especially, have become really great friends of mine, even closer than some of the people that, I've quote unquote grown up with and, have spent a lot of time with me over the years. And it's just kind of shown me, how our friend groups can kind of shift around and change. I think it's important to note this because, a lot of the time we drift away from the people in our lives, whether it's, the friends that we grew up with, the people that we kind of hung out with in high school, the people that we hung out with maybe in college if you went to college, and kind of seeing these people slowly drift away from our lives. It's easy to get offended. It's easy to take it personal. It's easy to wonder, what you did wrong or, what the fuck's wrong with them if you're more like me and you're a little bit less, a little bit more ego-driven. And it's important to note that as you kind of age, when you first start off in life and you're going to school, whether it's elementary school, high school, college, whatever it is, your friend group is basically forced upon you, whether it's the sports you play or the place you go to school, whatever. Like, it's kind of just like you're put in a fucking a place where you grew up and you're just friends with the people that are around you. And that's all well and good, because I think it's good and important to understand that you need to be able to socialize with the fucking people around you. You don't always get to choose the people around you. You get, you're given like, if you have a job, you're given a set of coworkers and you need to learn how to fucking socialize with them and get along with them. So it's important that we have that kind of first stage of friendships in our life. But as you kind of age, as you kind of grow up, as you kind of move through life, you start to understand that, you get to choose your friends and they get to choose you. A lot of us kind of struggle with this in-between stage of, when you're, friends that were just given to you, quote unquote, given to you, start to shift away from your life. And there's this kind of in-between stage that can kind of feel lonely or confusing. And I feel like it's important to note how natural that is, how normal that is, because, making friends or bringing people into your life is not like a passive thing. A lot of the times people kind of just expect, people might like me or people might not like me, and they'll just navigate or gravitate towards me, and that's that. But and sometimes it kind of is that way. Like, things do happen naturally that way. But a lot of the times we do have to put in effort into things that we want to happen as well. And when I mean put in effort, I don't mean like chasing down the fucking people that you want to be friends with and forcing your way into their life and, becoming, like, forcing yourself to become friends with them. What I do mean is doing the actions or the behaviors that will gravitate those people towards you. And so a lot of the times you have to put in a little bit of work. And it's not the type of work that you might kind of think about when making friends or kind of making connections. What you do have to do basically is, and it sounds so cliche, it sounds so fucked up and weird, but you just have to be your fucking self. And not just be yourself, but talk about and be about the things that you actually love and you're passionate about, and the things that you enjoy. Do the things that you actually love, because the way that you're going to build connections with people, and I'll use this podcast for example, is talking about the things that I'm interested in. There's so many times where people have kind of shot me a DM on Instagram and they're like, dude, I really fuck with what you were talking about. I'm super interested in this. Like, I never knew you were into that. It's so cool that you're into that. Like, I'm also into this. So we should chat about this and we should connect, and maybe we should even get together and do this or that, whatever it could be. One of my friends, like Tristan, who's been on this podcast before, him and I, we connected because we worked at the same gym. Well, not the same gym, but the same company, two different gyms. And, we connected. We had like-minded conversations. We were like, oh, you like this? You like that show? I love that show. Like, blah, 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 blah. We connected that way. But it wasn't until like a couple years down the road where I started doing jujitsu. He already did jujitsu. And we started going to classes together. He came to my gym originally, and then he ended up moving into the area. We joined the same gym, and we started hanging out because we just started going to jiu-jitsu together. It was something that, we shared the interest. We started talking about it, and then we started doing it together. And that's like how an organic friendship starts, because we met each other and we vibed together, and it was dope. But it wasn't until we had like kind of like a shared hobby together that we started connecting a lot more and more and more. And now this is something that's actually an interesting topic as well, because I've made a lot of toxic relationships through this exact same way. Like there's so many people in my past where I like to fucking party and abuse substances, mainly alcohol and drugs. And they also like to party and fucking run away from their problems and abuse alcohol and drugs and other substances as well. I like to gossip and talk shit, and they also like to gossip and talk shit. And those people, because we had similar behaviors, similar habits, we connected a lot more, like physically connected a lot more. Like we would get together and hang out and do these fucking set interests. And then the more I hung out with them, the more I would do these things. And so you can see how this can impact your life in a positive way and a negative way as well, because you can fuck your life up or you can make it 100 times better just by choosing the behaviors that you actually love to do, that you're passionate about, that you want to do more, and that you want to base your life around. The people that also do those fucking things are going to come into your life, and you're going to fucking connect with them as well. And the more you connect with the people that do the things that you like to do, the more that you're going to do the things that you like to do. And you're going to be doing it with people that actually like doing it. And then you're going to have more fun in life. You're going to make better connections, and you're going to love the people around you, and you're going to love what you do. And so that's a pretty fucking cool lesson, because like today I'm going to be hanging out with Michelle and Novette from Nori Athletics. We're going to be going out for some food. Again, we worked at the same company a long time ago. We were all into fitness, and we were even into like competing, doing bodybuilding. That was when I first met them. It was almost a decade ago at this point, when I was doing competitive bodybuilding. And Novette and I met in the gym, and then obviously we connected as well because we were lifting weights, we were having fun, we were fucking, talking about nutrition, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Recently, they had a grand opening at their gym, obviously also called Nori Athletics. And Teddy and I went over there, and we went to their grand opening, and we were lifting together. And they were like, yeah, we actually go out to Richmond all the time, which is the city I live in. And they're like, yeah, we go out for food there because we love the restaurants in that area. And I'm like, fuck, well, I live in this city. Why don't you come through, and we'll fucking hang out, and we'll go grab a bite to eat. I'll show you some of my favorite restaurants as well. We'll kind of just like chat that way. And now it's like, dude, now we get to fucking chill out with like-minded people, go for a good fucking bite to eat, have a good conversation. Like, that's something I'm super excited for today. And those things only ever happen when you actually start to talk about the things that you're interested in, the things that you like to do. And now the last thing that I always want to talk about when it comes to making friends is this weird conversation around, inviting somebody, or, oh, if they wanted to fucking hang out with me, they would ask me, so I don't want to ask them first, blah, 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 all that fucking bullshit. It's like, man, look, at the end of the day, people only invite people to hang out when they've been invited to hang out with them. Does that make sense? Like, the other, like, the only way people are going to think to invite you to fucking do something is if you've invited them to do something. So you can't always expect them to make the fucking first move because everyone fucking thinks this way for fucking no reason. So half the fucking friends I made that, you know, asked me to chill out, asked me to hang out, or asked me to go to fucking jujitsu classes or whatever it is because I fucking first came to them and was like, yo, we should fucking chill. It's so fucking easy to just say, hey, what do you like to do? We should fucking chill out. And you could even say yes to a lot of the things that you've never done before. Like there's so many times where like, yeah, like that's how I found cool interests, like going on hikes and going fucking fishing, etc. Well, I grew up fishing, but that's how I found a lot of activities that I've never actually done before, is because I had friends that did these things and I was like, yo, what do you like to do? And then I just fucking went along with them and tried it out. And like that's how I've tried a lot of fucking different hobbies in my life. And yeah, no, I don't do all of them on a fucking daily basis or even a regular basis, but I never would have had those experiences if I didn't invite someone to hang out and then just ask them like, yo, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? The other thing as well is like, fuck, if you're like too nervous to ask somebody, yo, do you want to fucking hang out? And it's like awkward for you, like one-on-one, like do it in a group. Be like, yo, me and my buddy are going to go out for a bite to eat. You should come along with us. Or, yo, me and my buddy are going to go see this movie. Have you seen it yet? Do you want to go check that out? Or, yo, me and my buddy are going to go for a fucking workout. Do you want to come tag along? Like, use another person as, you know, quote unquote social lubricant. That way, when you don't have anything to talk about, you can just talk to your buddy, and then the new person might join in, or you could even just ask them along the conversation, like, yo, how do you feel about this? Have you, like, what's your exposure to this fucking thing or whatever, this idea? You know, you don't always have to just do, like, hangouts one-on-one. You could always just do it in a group setting, and that way it kind of helps that kind of social awkwardness if you feel that way. So I hope this kind of makes you feel a little bit better about, you know, kind of maybe losing some connections in your life that you've had that, you know, have been in your life for like a long period of time and they just kind of slowly drift away. I hope this kind of makes you feel a little bit better about meeting new people and making new connections and kind of, I don't know, gives you an idea on how you can connect with people that you want to fucking connect with. And hey, if you want to fucking connect with me, hit me up. Like, I'm always down to fucking meet new people and hang out and fucking have good conversations. Like, that's literally my biggest passion. Like, that's why I have this fucking podcast. So reach out to me on Instagram at Risen Fallen. I even fucking have like the group hangouts every single weekend where we either do like a Zoom call or we meet up in person. And we'll do like a hike. We'll go for a brunch. We'll go for fucking just like barbecue at the beach, like whatever it could be. But I like to facilitate these things because I want to try and help build connection for people that don't really have that connection, that feel alone, that feel like kind of confused or lost in life. And they just need a like-minded person to chat with. And sometimes that can help fucking change someone's life. That's the difference in my eyes between, you know, making it or breaking in tough times in life, is having that connection, someone around you that fucking either has been through the same thing as you or knows someone that went through something similar or just went through something similar, like somebody that you can connect with and help you understand that no matter what it is you're going through, life can and will get better for you. You just have to keep moving forward. So, like I said, if you want to connect with that group, hit me up on Instagram at Risen Fallen, or if you just want to chat, hit me up. That's all I got. Thank you so much. Much love and peace out, motherfuckers. I love you all.